Well, good morning and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 19th of January 2025. A bit of a technical glitch there, but we're hopefully back online now and we'll continue with the synoptics here. So here's midnight last night and running into lunchtime today is very little change in the high pressure that's around, and that's still blocking these lows that are out over the Atlantic. But if we run that through another sort of 12, 24 hours, you can see there is start of the frontal systems coming into the country, and I'm thinking over maybe the next 24 to 48 hours, we are going to see a change in the weather. Certainly, it looks like by Wednesday we'll have a completely different air mass with us. The sat peak is we approach sort of daylight coming in. You can see a lot of sun reflecting off the cloud here. There's very few gaps in this layer, if any at all, really, and there's certainly none of them close to us. So I think we're going to be under that layer cloud all day. There's very little rain associated with it on the radar, but if we look at the forecast, we can see as we run that forward, there is showers coming up from the south coast over the top of us, and about 25-30 minutes ago, it was actually drizzling outside. I think they're going to continue through certainly most of the morning and probably into the afternoon as well. There's no ODM TAF this morning, being the weekend. Their actual is 1505 knots, greater than 10k visibility, with mist, overcast at 1200 feet, temperature 2.1. And Farnborough, their actual is 130 degrees, 3 knots, 7 kilometers in vis, overcast at 1300 feet, temperature 2.1. And they're forecasting 1304 knots, greater than 10k vis, broken at 1200 feet, and then temporarily over the next hour, visibility down to 8 kilometers, broken at 800 feet, and then in the afternoon, between 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock, broken at about 1600 feet. Spot winds to the north of us, 22010 knots to the south, 1000 feet is 1905. Windy are showing a very sort of a light southerly flow at about 4 knots. And the local forecast for this area from the Met Office, again, they're showing 4 knots southerly throughout most of the day, and maybe just the hours of darkness going around to southeasterly about 3 knots. They're also showing overcast all day, very little chance of rain, and the humidity remaining about 85% throughout the day. GFS are suggesting that at lunchtime it will be about 4 degrees centigrade in this area, with the dew point down at about -1. The only weather cam we've got locally is down near Alton. It's looking back towards Lasham. You can see the stratosphere there. Just one thick layer, no breaks in it at all, and it is quite low. Sky sight are showing cloud on the deck all day. And Top Meteo are a little bit more optimistic. They're showing a cloud round about sort of 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet at the most throughout the day. No times then. If we do go out and fly, the ones to bear in mind are 5 in the south, which is Goodwood. It's an hours of operation thing, 0900 to 1630. 9 is Oak Hanger, just outside of Alton. There's a rat set up there for the exclusion of unmanned aerial systems. 11 is live firing at Winchester. There's a change to the danger height there. It's gone up to 1100 feet MSL. 12 is Waverley. There's flares there, but not until after 4:15 this afternoon. And 14 and 15 to the north of us, Burfield and Welford, again, is rats for the exclusion of UASs. Let's move on then to the local airfuel brief, and we will start with the. I've just gone past it, and let's go back. We'll start with the local, if I can get to it. It's not going to let me get to it. I've gone past the cross section, but the cross section is quite It's basically strut queue all day long, and there's no breaks in it. It says overcast. It doesn't say broken or anything like that. So overcast is not good for us. Looking at the glider bookings and availability, there's a couple of K21s that are booked for instructional flying. There's one on the casual list. There's a K13 wanted this afternoon, or it's available this morning. There's one booked for trial lessons, but they've been cancelled today, and there's availability on the single seaters. A couple of people on the casual list and an instructor required if we do go out and fly. Um, so church notices this morning, there's a cloud flying briefing being given by Dave Watts at 10:30 in the GHC conference room. Club members are welcome to attend. He's doing it specifically for a small group of people who want to do the cloud flying rating, but he's kindly opened it up for other club members to go along and sit in if you're interested. I would imagine it'll be a very interesting talk. Dave's got a lot of experience on this. There's no movements today. The general situation is that there's a high pressure over Europe. It's still blocking the Atlantic weather systems. There's low cloud remains in the area, but it is clearing slowly throughout the day, apparently. If we do go out, it will be runway 27 hard or launching, cables on the boom to the south, landing on 27 grass, north and south. Still avoid using the wheel brake because the grass is quite soft. And please do not land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown in red on the next slide. And of course, please clean your gliders at the end of the day. So here's the setup today with a launch point vehicle in the middle of the runway, just to the north center line. Aero towing to the north, winch launching to the south, where the cables have been brought out on the grass down the side of the runway. That's pretty much it from me today. Sorry about the technical issues. I shall see you in the club room shortly. Cheers.